Hello everyone, and welcome into Fridays with Phil. I'm Phil Mayo, and I would like to share with you 5 minutes of biblical insight to help you along the way. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe. Revelation chapter 7 contains an interlude between the 6th and 7th seals. The interlude has a threefold purpose in that it responds to the final question at the end of the 6th seal. It creates a sense of delay in judgment, and it amplifies the distinction between the inhabitants of the earth and the followers of the Lamb. The question asked at the end of the 6th seal is, who can withstand the great wrath of God and the Lamb? The immediate response in 7:1 is a pause in the opening of the seals and in the dispensing of God's wrath on the earth. An angel is told to go and put a seal on the foreheads of the servants of our God. Then John says that he heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. The list of tribes is a bit unusual, but it seems intended to mimic a military census. Revelation is, after all, a militant book. The people of God are portrayed as under attack and must resist with their very lives. Chapter 13 says the beast is given power to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them. The numbers 12,000 and 144,000 are symbolic. 12 is symbolic of God's people throughout the Bible and particularly Revelation. There are the 24 elders before the throne, and the dimensions of the New Jerusalem, the bride of the Lamb, are all multiples of 12. The city is founded on the 12 apostles, and its gates are named after the 12 tribes of Israel. 12 multiplied times 1,000 indicates the people of God innumerable. What might all this suggest about the identity of the 144,000? There is a clue in the second half of the interlude where John, after hearing the number of the 144,000, sees a great multitude from every nation, tribe, people, and language standing before the throne. This multitude sings of the salvation brought by the Lamb, and all of heaven joins in the chorus of praise. This scene connects us to the throne room scene of chapter 5, where the Lamb is praised for having purchased for God persons from every tribe and language and people and nation, and has made them to be a kingdom of priests to serve our God. Similar language is used of Israel in Exodus 19:6. You will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. John's view of the people of God has been enlarged beyond ethnic limitations. He sees the promises of Israel now open to the nations through the work of Christ. Therefore, language once exclusively used of Israel becomes language used for all of the people of God, both Jews and Gentiles. Like Paul, we might say that Revelation portrays the nations as having been grafted in to the olive tree of Israel. The 144,000 then represent the innumerable people of God. The seal is a sign that they belong to God, just as those who later received the mark 666 belong to the beast. The sealing of the people of God responds to the question, who can stand in the day of God's wrath? It is the people of God. This protection does not mean that they won't suffer, however. We have already seen martyrs in the great multitude of chapter 7 have themselves come out of the great ordeal. The churches are not promised that they won't suffer, only that they will be kept from the wrath coming on the inhabitants of the earth. The interlude shows us that believers like us are living in the in-between time, between the pouring out of God's wrath and the salvation that still lies ahead. This interlude reminds us that on this earth, we are the saints militant, but we are also those destined for that glorious reunion around God's throne. Next week, we'll begin a discussion of the 7 trumpets. Won't you join me? Thank you, and God bless you.